For in education, when there's dramatic change, instead of adapting to the change, we go to the previous model of education, which is based on the factory. Standardized, disciplined, uniform. Now that may have been useful for producing factory workers, but in a world of digital productivity, an informational society, we need to help students become more creative. We need to help them give the skills to understand the changing future and in fact, to learn how to invent alternative futures. The used future as the world shifts doesn't help. In fact, what they need to do is to look at alternative futures and then find out what's their preferred and move towards that. Now, example, I've been working with one country and they've been looking at their educational system. We've been looking at the university, for example. They've started to ask, do we still need to have professors clock in, clock out to show up every day? Or is it better for them to work from home? If they work from home, how do we ensure they have communities? Because knowledge is not just created through personal work, but it's created through interaction with others. So we're looking, one, at how can they find ways to create communities outside of the university? Two, how can they reinvent themselves as avatars? Well, their national plan is by 10 years, each professor has an avatar. Now for traditional professors, an avatar, why do we need an avatar? But their students are already seeking ways to find different ways to download, digest, and in fact, synthesize information. As you start to think about the future of the university, you start to think through what needs to shift. Another project in a different country, they start to think about, well, what is the future of our university? They realized their core attribute, their gem, for example, was their work on poverty alleviation. So they started to think about how can we use that work as central to our mission. So one of the outcomes was, okay, let's focus on research that helps the bottom billion. Outcome two was, how do we design spaces in the university that in fact lead to students being inspired, that professors feel fantastic being there? So they said, let's rethink how we design our campus. The workshop worked so well, they had funders saying, this is exciting. We can work with you to design and create new spaces that are student friendly. The old model, the used future, is let's make it only administrator friendly. In the new model, we're looking for not just how one group sees the future, but we're looking at how multiple stakeholders see the future.